Hare Krishna, dear friends. In this video and coming up 3-4 videos after this, I'm going to tell you how to offer a powerful prayer so that God listens you, so that God answers you. When we offer a powerful prayer, we will see magic happening in our lives. If you know, I have one story. I made a video very long back. If you search my experience of reading Bhagavad Gita, there I explained how I prayed that day. In some time my prayer was so intense. As a result, I heard God responded to me. So throughout the years, I am practicing how to offer this prayer so that God, that personality of Godhead, Krishna, can hear your prayers. When your prayers are heard, you will feel that in your heart. You will feel that connection with God. So let's go through these videos and I'll explain to you how you also can offer such prayers. You just need to know how. So I will divide these videos into 4 parts so that one video won't be 1 hour long. In this first video, I want to ask you a question. Can you please remember a day in your life when you prayed so much and your prayer was heard? Can you for some time relax your mind and think about your past? Maybe you have some diaries you can go through. You can pause the video and think about, and then afterwards when you find that incident in your life, please share it with us if you don't feel shy in the comments, or you can send an email. I'll be responding to you, and it is very wonderful to know your experience. So usually when we pray, when we are in a very suffering state, either mentally or in a physical level, in this kind of difficult situations, we really pray honestly. So there might be in your life some situation where you prayed, crying with tears in your eyes, God, please help. And you might have heard the answer from God. So that's very unique story of yours. Please let us know about it. I had many incidents in life when I prayed, and when my prayer was so sincere, I heard the response from God. So one of such prayers was long back when I was staying in the dormitory, when I was doing my bachelor's degree in computer science. I'm from a country where nobody is in Krishna consciousness. Not so many people are in Krishna consciousness. So many people are non-vegetarians. And I had to stay in the dormitory because university was far away from our house. And the rule of the dormitory was that you cannot cook in the dormitory, but you have to go to that canteen, dormitory canteen, and then eat food there. But because at that time I began my spiritual life, I began chanting Hare Krishna mantra, I became vegetarian. I couldn't eat their food because it was against my principles. Lately my mother found out that I became into spirituality. She never knew about this path. She used to send me some money for food and maintenance, monthly maintenance. It used to be $50 per month. But lately when she understood that I go to the temple, she started thinking that I am donating all my money to that temple. She thought I am in some kind of sect. She was worried about it, because she had no knowledge about it, so I can understand her. So she stopped giving me money Now I have to study computer science. It's so difficult. I have to go to the university at 8 o'clock sharp. I have to be there and until 7 in the evening. So I didn't have any choice. I was not able to work part-time to search for a job. I didn't have any time because we had so many homeworks after that. So what I had to do is, whatever money I have, that $50, I had to spend it not in 1 month, but spread it to many, many months to come until my mom sends again, if so. Because this money was not enough, so I reduced my eating to 1 time in a day. If I eat 3 times in a day, that costs money. I have to buy food outside. So I couldn't do that. So I started eating once a day. And I started noticing that whatever food I'm eating is so costly. So I have to reduce even more. Every week, once in a week, I used to go to the market. And I used to buy some pounds, some kilograms of roasted peanuts. And some dry angiers, because those were the cheapest things and most filling. So I used to bring that to my dormitory, and I used to share those peanuts to several days. So for my daily meal, I used to eat 150 grams of roasted peanuts and around 12 pieces of dried angiers to get some energy. If I eat more that day, I would have to be hungry in the next day. I didn't tell it to anyone. I was continuously eating that as my food. So this continued for 6 months. I had to allocate that money for 6 months. And sometimes I am a fruit lover. I used to love fruits because I grew up in the gardens when I was in the village. So sometimes I used to miss those, but fruits were so costly. So sometimes I used to go to the market, and these fruit sellers, they used to sell these apples, and when the fruits get spoiled, they used to select those and then put in a little basket so that when cow herds, somebody who has cows will come and then they would buy for a very cheaper price for their cows. And I used to look for those baskets, and I used to go and ask, can I buy this? So I used to buy those apples with half spoiled parts, cut those out, offer to Krishna, and eat that when I need to eat fruits. So those were my days. And many times I used to feel so hungry. As a result, I lost around 15 kgs. I was around 42 kgs. Right now I'm 60 kg or 62. Can you imagine me being 42? Just bone and skin. At one time, when we changed the clothes, there were 6 girls in one room, so we don't change it in front of everyone. But we used to have shelves. We open the door of the shelf and stand behind it and change our clothes there. Then one day morning, I opened the door of the shelf and went behind the shelf, and I started removing my clothes to change it. When I saw my stomach, it was deep inside and it was so hurting out of hunger. That time behind the shelf, I couldn't tolerate anymore. I cried and I prayed. Krishna, this cannot continue. Please help. That was few words. That were few words, but it was with so much intensity. Next day, my brother came to the university and called me and handed me a packet of money. It was another $50 for a few more months. At that moment, I felt Krishna really heard me. So this is the incident from my life, how my prayer worked and how Krishna responded to my prayer. And such incidents in my life, I have thousands. Now it's your turn, dear friends. I will end this video with this, and then I will start another video so that we can deeply understand this process. Meantime, please let me know your stories when you really prayed and Krishna heard your prayers. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.